Hey everybody, Tanner Sheldon here, and right now I'm going to walk you guys through creating your first agenda on the MindMint app. So to log in, you're going to want to go to events.mindmint.com. At this point, you should have already signed up with an email or a phone number, and so all you have to do is just put that information in and then click sign in. I'm going to go ahead and sign in to mine, and I'll be right back. Now that you're on the homepage of MindMint, you're going to go ahead and see that you have events right here. We have other tabs: contacts, notification, experts, insights, and settings, and some of those will be updated as well as we move forward. But right now, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to create a new event. So you go ahead and click on create new event, and you can pick your event format. What I do want to leave by saying is that at any point, you can come back and change these things, because I know some of you that are going through the Knowledge Business Blueprint haven't quite gotten to the part where you're choosing event format, duration, details, etc. So what I'm going to do is just walk you through building your first agenda, but remember at any time you can come back and change any of these details. So let's continue by picking your event format. I'm going to go ahead for the sake of this example and pick in person for a full day. I'm going to click next, and then I'm going to have to add an expert. And this can be, if you're a knowledge broker, it could be someone else. If you're doing it for yourself, you just add yourself. I'm going to go ahead and add someone new as an example, even though I'm already on there. So you go to add new. So you're going to want to insert an image for the expert. I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. I'll be right back. So I went ahead and added a picture of Dean and I. So then you would want to put in your first name, your last name, email, phone number, title, etc. I'm not going to sit here and make you guys watch as I fill this out. So give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. So as you can see, I filled out my first name, my last name, the email address, the phone number, my title, and my company. So then after that, you just go ahead and click next. And then you're at the event details. So this is where you'll fill in the event name, the date, the location's address, city, state, zip code, and a description of the event. Again, I'm not going to make you guys watch me fill all this out, but this is what you want to fill out. So I'm going to go ahead and do mine right now. So I went ahead and filled out all this information. Like my event name, I made up Marketing Emporium Event. The date, July 8th, Doubletree Resort, 123 Main Street, Scottsdale, Arizona, 85251. And then for the description, I wrote, this marketing mastermind is going to be one for the ages. Some of the greatest online marketers of the 21st century coming together to get smarter. This is truly set to be a once in a lifetime experience. So after you have that description, you come down here and you click next again. Once you click next, it's going to take you to your event goals. This is simple. You really just fill out your number of attendees, and then you fill out your price per seat, and it'll give you a revenue target. So let's say I want to have 25 attendees, all paying $5,000 each. That puts my revenue target at $125,000. So that sounds good to me as an example, so I'll go ahead and create my event. Now that the event is created, we have something here called the event poster. This is something that's more for your internal use, or if you're working with an expert, you can send it to them. I'll go ahead and give you a quick rundown of what that is. Basically, what it is it's the title of your event, who the expert is, when it is, what kind of event it is, the description, and then your event agenda. This is the event agenda we're going to get into right now, but we're going to have to go ahead and edit that first. So what we're going to do now is, if you want to copy this link and send it to maybe yourself through email, or if you want to send it to an expert, you can just copy the link right there. As an example, I'll open it in a new tab, and you can see right here. So you can send that to anybody that you may want to send it to, maybe a friend, maybe family, etc. But I'm going to go ahead and exit out of that, and I'm going to go to the event. Now your event has officially been created. As you can see, Marketing Emporium Event. Inside of the event itself, you can see the overview of the event, the attendees, the event builder, the agenda, your website/funnel, your payments, and the survey. So what we're going to start by doing is we're going to go to the survey. So as you can see, the survey is incomplete. So I'm going to change that by taking it right now. So I'm going to go ahead to take survey. I'm not going to make you guys sit here and watch me fill out this entire survey, but I do want to walk you through the questions that it asks, and you'll recognize them from the course because they're all the questions that Dean asks to help you understand your superpower, identify your ideal client, extracting what you're going to teach, and then extracting your riffs, which is going to make building your agenda that much easier. So let's go ahead and go over those real quick. The first one is list 3 things that make you stand out from your competition. The second one is list 3 specific skills you've developed that make you successful at what you do. Then we have list 2 things in your business that make you happiest. These are the things you would never outsource because you do them the best. And then we need you to write down some stories that have engaged people, or that can engage people, that are stories from your life. As it says here, stories allow people to see why your expertise was created, or allow them to see how you think, what your values are like, what you've been through to get here, while simultaneously they get to see themselves in your story. So take the time and write 3 powerful stories that contributed to getting you where you are today. I'm going to go ahead and just fill these out with X's. But we really need you guys to, if you're the expert, we really need you guys to go through these questions and answer them in depth. And if you're doing this for someone else, this is when you'll send this survey to them so they can complete it. These are very, very important, and you'll understand why when I get to the agenda. So the next set of questions, which is identifying your ideal client. If you reverse engineer your superpower, what type of people would be your ideal clients? Who could you help serve the most while simultaneously enjoying being around them? The next question is, what are your ideal client's 3 biggest pain points? Then your ideal client's 3 biggest desires, and then describe in great detail who your perfect client would be. What's their age? What do they look like? What business do they run? What ethics do they have? What do they want? What do they hate, etc. And then lastly, narrow your niche tool. Finish this by saying, I'm launching a group/workshop/mastermind to help blank to blank by X. So that'll just be 3 simple answers. Then we'll click next. Now we find ourselves at extracting what to teach. So if you look back in the last 12 months of your business, what was the biggest needle movers? What made the biggest impact on your business, finances, and life? Then what are the biggest mistakes you've made in the last 12 months that you could warn others not to do so they can avoid these same mistakes? Then what small daily or weekly habits do you do that help add to your business, personal, and financial success? If you could run into the teenage version of yourself, what is one thing you would teach them that could exponentially change their life forever? And then lastly, what is one thing that you're doing in your business that makes you successful that your competition and other people aren't doing and may not even know exist? All of these are super important questions as well. So once you're finished with those, go ahead and click next. Okay, now extracting your riffs. This is where we will break down some of the riffs that Dean talked about in the course. So in the box below, jot down 5 topics that you feel you could talk about for 10, 15, 30 minutes passionately with no notes at all. These should be things you love most in the world. So go ahead and jot these down here and then click Save and Close. Now that the survey is complete, you can email survey answers by clicking this button here, and it'll go ahead and email all of them to the account that is set up, the email address that this account is set up on. So for me, it's into my personal email address. I email it. I can pull that up in a Word or a Excel file or a Google Sheet, and I can see all the answers at once. Or if I want to click here and do View Survey, I can view it again on here. And I'll explain why it's important to have those answers up in about 20 seconds when I get over to our next portion. So let's go ahead and hop on over to Agenda. So click here over to the agenda and we'll get started. So this is the incredible agenda that we have created in MindMint that has made it super simple for anyone to create a small group, workshop, or mastermind and have a done-for-you schedule that will break down each second of every day that you can follow along with for your event. So as you can see on the left, we have the agenda for my event. It's broken down from 9 to about 4:30 with, as you know from the course, the story, teach, tool method. So right here, Dean opens up with the tool, like he talked about in the course, and then we go into story, teach, tool, lunch, story, teach, tool, break, and then finish the day with 2 tools. Again, all of this is editable. You can change this at any time, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how this all works. So let's say you wanted to change the who am I, what I do tool. What you would do is, let's say you want to change it to the clarity tool. You can come over here, click the clarity tool, see a brief video walkthrough, description, the benefits. You can actually view the worksheets and down them, and you can add that tool to your agenda. So now you can see the clarity tool is down here at the bottom. So you can come up, drag it up here, and the clarity tool will be at the very top. Let's say you wanted to edit that. You just click right there, edit and view. Let's say you wanted to change the title so you can remember it better. So you could say, finalize the clarity tool. Then you could come down here, you could adjust the description if you want, you can download the worksheets, but let's say you only want to do it for 15 minutes. You can come down here, change the time, and save. Now you'll see when you click out of here that the clarity tool is only from 9 to 9:15, and the rest of your stuff is adjusted too. So now we go to 4:45. Okay, now let's say we want to delete this tool. Just come in here, delete. Yes, I want to delete it. And the clarity tool is from 9 to 9:15, 9:15 to 9:45, etc., all the way down to 4:15. So let's go ahead and show you something else that is very important, or at least could be very important for you. So right here where it says tell story, teach secret, I know there's not a lot of examples, but that's when you want to go back to your survey that you just answered. So imagine you have your survey pulled up in another tab or on another screen or even printed out in front of you. You could come in here to tell story 1 and you could edit it, and you could just click the edit button, and then you could say, tell the story about my first sale. And then description. Hey Tanner, at this point in the event, tell the story about your first online sale. And then you just pick how long you want it to be. So let's say that needs to be at least 55 minutes. Save it, exit out, and as you can see, the agenda is updated. Tell the story about my first sale. From 9:15 to 10:10, which is 55 minutes, and now our event goes a little longer to 4:40. So let's come down here to the secret. Click that, click edit view, and do the same thing. So what if we want to say, okay, teach secret about YouTube ads, and then the description, tell them about the new video tip we learned. And I want to make that 50 minutes. Save it, and it's updated. So what I recommend is having your survey answers next to you. If you're doing this for someone else, have their survey answers next to you, and go through the agenda and literally build it out step by step, customizing every second of the entire event. Like I said earlier in the video, you can come back and change this at any time. I know if you're watching this video in the course, it's early on. There's so much more that you need to learn. But this is just cool to come in here and get a win and see that it really is that simple to build out your first agenda. And we have it all broken down for you guys really easily. All the tools that Dean teaches are all right here on the right side. So let's say you wanted to go ahead and add the Spotlight tool. Or actually, let's do your not to-do list. You just click there. You can remember how to do it from Dean's training, download the sheets, add the tool, and it's down here at the bottom, and you can just dictate where you want it to go. So you want to go right after lunch. There it is. So another thing that you can do is you can create custom agenda items. So let's say you wanted to have a team bonding 10-minute huddle. Type it out. I'm just going to add that as the description, make it 10 minutes, add the tool, and now it's in here. And you can adjust it wherever you want. Let's say we do it right before the break. So there's how you can create a new custom agenda item. And then let's say you wanted to print all the materials that are included in your agenda. So let's say we want to print the clarity tool, the not to-do list tool, the spotlight tool, your not to-do list, and the wrap-up. You click here, send my worksheets, and it'll email it right to the email that's set up for your account, and then you're good to go. So I hope this all makes sense. I hope this was not overwhelming for you to set up your first agenda. I hope it was more of a holy crap, I can't believe how easy this is, and also how important it is to understand the Story Teach tool framework while at the same time having access to Dean's tools and Tony's tools and all the tools that we've created on the right side of your page that you can just easily drag and drop over, print your agenda, and run from there. So I hope this all makes sense. And remember, if you have any questions, you can always hop over to the Facebook group. I'll be in there answering questions. Our team will be in there, and we'll see how we can help you guys in the future. All right, keep crushing it, guys. Bye.